curious how you came to guest star in this episode.
I got an appointment to meet with Dean Jugaris to talk about this role that they were interested in having me play, and we had a lovely hour-long conversation, and that sold me on it. His passion and for the show and specifically for this episode won me over, and I also was interested in the story itself, and then the aspect of being able to shoot on the USS Iowa. Being from Iowa, I hadn't been able to be there, even though it's a 30-minute drive for me down in Long Beach. It was cool. A lot of connections made sense.
Fantastic. Well, looking to the episode itself, they're on the ships. Things are going awry. What can you preview about the trouble that they're getting into with the episode? For both of you.
I mean, it's wrong. Yeah. And then you think it's better, and then stuff goes wrong, and then something you didn't understand, you didn't even think of, goes wrong. And human ingenuity with the help of a little bit of technology, we make it better.
And what can you say about how Addison is handling the situation? Just looking at the actual disaster potential, forgetting the whole reuniting with her father, what can you say about the actual stakes of a potential war?
Yeah, I mean, how cool is that? It's one thing, a lot of, obviously the show, the stakes are high. Often somebody might die, somebody gets lost, somebody, things like that. But this is the first time we've flirted with World War III. So that's obviously quite exciting. But then also to compound that, it's how do you, I don't know which one more personally was tougher, having this be with her father about the story that had been what she understood to be the tragedy of their family's lifetime, or pending World War III. And it was cool to try and switch gears of what's the most important in this moment.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to talk to you about both of you about the reunion, because it's a fascinating situation where one character is hyper aware of the emotions of this scene, but the other actor has to play as if this monumental situation is not happening. What conversations did you have with each other about kind of getting the tone right and getting those moments right, and not kind of playing, and Brandon, for you not playing off of Caitlin when she's having these big emotional moments?
I mean, I think the beauty of it was that it was okay for me to play off of her energy in the room. It made it easier for me. I didn't have to imagine what my daughter looked like or who she was older. I mean, obviously he did, but I didn't. So I got that extra little information of her essence and her energy to add to my own creation of her as a 2 or 3 year old, 4-year-old at the time. So I kind of just fused those together, and if I didn't do it right, we did multiple takes, and they make me look good, so they cut it together. That's the thing, you can always play the line on another actor.
That's right.
If you do a bad job. Cut to Addison. Nope. Cut Addison. Nope. Ben. Addison. Okay, Brandon, for a second. Okay, now back to Addison. The ship.
Okay, well, none of that happened, I'm sure. It was really lovely to do it with Brandon. I mean, obviously, it's an interesting moment. And I was the character that actually got to, be understanding what was happening at the very least. But Brandon was wonderful as a scene partner as well, just because he was like, do you want to shoot first? Because, there was a lot of words to get through. But just truthfully, it was clear. I just felt like I was talking to my dad. My dad was a Vietnam veteran, and I served in Afghanistan. So, that intergenerational opportunity to meet somebody where they were before you knew them and understood them. And now understand them as an adult, not a child, was such an interesting opportunity. And it was so easy because Brandon is so available as an actor you just have to talk. And I watched him have to fight reacting to it, which made me cry, because and then I was having a real conversation, even though I wasn't. And so that, I mean, it was really a special moment as an actor, and I'm really appreciative for Brandon for being there for me.
Likewise.